All right, I haven't made a video in a while, so thought I'd make one now, and it's mostly because I haven't digitized any new patterns in a while. But going to do that today, and actually going to show you how I do that. I'm going to make something similar to this. This is a card style wallet. It has pockets here and two card slots per side, like that. There. It's going to be similar to this, but this is a vertical style. I'm going to make one a horizontal style one today. So this is one of my old patterns. I have some samples in here. It looks like this. So let's see here. It has pockets back here. There's two pockets on this side. A pocket here. Plus two extra pockets on the outside. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards plus the pocket back here and the pocket back here. This is basically what I'm going to digitize and make today. So put the sample back. You can also make it like this without the outside pockets. These pockets are optional, but it adds 2 more card slots for easy access on the outside. But in general, it's basically this here with 2 extra pockets on the outside. And here's all my templates. This style here, I guess, let me find a piece of leather. And it was designed to use, oh, where did I put them? Ah, here we go. Pieces like this, where you just line it up there, push this on there, take your ruler up there, and then cut it. Kind of that bump style, like so. Take it out. You can make the cut and base it off of these, I don't know, templates. Oops. Now, recently I've been transferring this to the computer to make a PDF pattern. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. So, to make this, let me pull out the example again. We have this one large piece. So, I'm going to make the large piece here. Is the cover, I guess. And it's going to be this way, the layout, so I can see it better. So I have to remind myself this is the opposite side. This is flesh side. Okay? And then basically just going to measure it. That looks like 162, 162 by 106. And inside these 2 back pieces, that's this guy here, sort of like that. And they're identical, so I just need to make one of them. And that's going to be 106, same height, okay, by the width, looks like 71. Then there's this piece and this piece. So this piece goes here. This piece goes here. So this is 1 times. I need 2 times. But the second one is a mirror. Yeah, so mirror. Because I need 1 piece this way, and I need 1 piece this way or this way. Either way, they're symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter. These 2 pieces, however, are not exactly symmetrical. I mean, not exactly. Yeah, they're not symmetrical, but they're kind of mirrored. So I can cut it like this, and the other piece would go like that. Or I can cut it like this and mirror it and go like that. So this one is either way. This piece would be like this and like that. And this piece would be sort of like that. Like that. Same with this one. If this one is mirrored, it would go in like this and then go in like this. Well, if it's symmetrical, it's going like this and like this. If it's mirrored, it's going like this and then like this. So these pieces are mirrored, like this, like this. This piece here is mirrored, just like this, and then like this. I guess there's an option. For some reason, I figure it looks better like this. You know, where it's mirrored. So that this side looks like this side when you open it up. You cut 2 exact pieces like this. Let's say here. You have the finished side and the flesh side. If you cut 2 like this, then one's going to go this way, and you can't flip it over here. It's going to go this way, which again is okay too. But that's just a note when you're designing this. So if you want it to flip over here, and you're going to have to make 2 of these and mirror it. If you're going to take it and put it on this side and just turn it this way like this, then you just make 2 exact copies of that. So something to think about. Anyway, you know, it's just keep measuring these here. Go, this one's about 50. This height we know right here to here is going to be different than this one, 106, because that's here and here. This piece here is, looks like 34. This piece here, like 45. This piece here, 42. And this is 30. This one here is 91. So given these measurements, you just got to figure if you want to mirror these 2 or make it symmetrical. On my particular one example here, this is actually mirrored. So here and flip here. So I'm going to need 2 of these and 2 of these that are different. If you're going to make it symmetrical again, it'd be like this, and then it'll come here. So these two sides would be opposite of each other. Right now they mirror each other. If you want to just make two of these and two of these, then it'll be more symmetrical. Boom, like that. So it'll be opposite. Not sure I'm explaining that correctly, but I think once you make it for the first time, you kind of get a hang of it. And then if you screw it up or make something not intended, then at that point you really understand, which is fine too. All right, let me pause the video and then we'll go to the computer. Ooh. And I need to size this to the window, which is about there. Let me get this in here, in the window that I'm recording. Okay, there we go. So I loaded Inkscape. Inkscape is free. Just do a search online, download it, install it on your computer, and it's free. I wouldn't say it's as good as using, Corel, Illustrator, or anything like that. But those you have to pay for, and it's a subscription nowadays. So, but this one's free and it's quite powerful. It does, however, come with a couple of glitches, and you can't do everything you can do on Illustrator or very or similar programs, but it's good enough. And I guess if you professionally did this, then it would make sense to purchase the more powerful program, and your finished products would be much more professional looking. However, I am fine using this, and it's good enough for me. And anyway, let's begin here. So first thing I do is I right click because I want to get to the document properties. I'm pretty sure you can find there it is on the file, document properties, but I usually just right click document properties. I 90% of the time prefer to do it in landscape. I also want to make sure that the letter, its size is letter, not legal or A4. A4 is, I guess, the European letter. But I want to make sure that, if you're in the US and you print it out on your printer paper from your printer, everything is kind of seamless. Doesn't mean that you can't use A4 or legal and then print it out on a letter. You're just going to have to adjust it later. And I just don't want any problems with the resolution and sizing, because these things have to come out perfectly, especially if you use stitch marks. They have to line up. So we got letter, and I prefer millimeters. Originally I started with inches, but when you're putting it in, when you're digitizing into a PDF, millimeters work way better. So there we go. Now, from I guess, the notes that I took, I know I need the outside cover that has to be 162 by 106. So I grab the square tool, make a square, go to this side here. I don't want the fill, however, I want an outline. And up here, we got the width, the height, and its location. It's 0, 0 now, but so the width, I know I want it to be 162. The height, I know, is 106, and there it is. So now I have the location right there, and here's the width. It adjusts, I'm assuming, because of the line thickness. So I usually just go back in and change it, 162 by 106. And now I have this box here that I can move around. This would be the outside, or the cover. Pretty simple. Same thing I'm going to do for if I want the inside pocket. And I'm going to put this here, Go to fill. I don't want to fill, but I want an outline. Come back up here and change it. I know that the width is 71 and the height is exactly the same, 106. And boom. And then take this tool here. And now I see it has changed it, right? Just a bit because again, thickness. So I know this, I'll just change it to 71, tab over, and I know this is 106. And now I have this, and that goes here and here. This is symmetrical, so I don't have to worry about it. And I know the corner is curved and curved, just like this is curved and curved. However, when I do my more current patterns, I leave everything straight, and at the end, when everything's done, even after the stitching and everything, then we'll cut the corners in and curve it. It ends up just being much easier that way. I need one of these, I need two of these, and I know this one's symmetrical, so I can just leave it. Same with the other patterns. You know, it's very simple. Let's see. Let me do one of the other patterns just to show you. This button here gives me an extra page. See right here, plus one. Okay, and I want to make that that other, I don't know, pocket shape. So I'm going to go in here, pick the same tool, go to fill. I don't want to fill, I want the outline. And now I know the height is 106. That doesn't change. Tab over, but the width is different. The longest width is 50. Oops. Okay. Now I also know that the top, this top here, the bottom is 50, but this top here is 34. So take this, and we want to use this tool. However, this is now an object. We want to change that to a path. The object to path. So I'm going to select this, right? Select it, change the object to a path. Now if I click on here, I got all these corners here. Now I want this to be 34. You know, how would I get it to be 34? I could use this up here and measure out 34. I can bring a line. If I go on this, I can drag a line here. If I go on this, I can drag a line here. I'm not using that now. Get rid of that. So I can grab this, well, I can grab the whole thing and put it on the end here. Move this bar to 34. Just control and scrolling so I can, you know, zoom in and zoom out. I can move this onto 34. Control and zoom out again. Then if I select this, I can grab this. If I hold control, I click on this, I can move it in and out without going up and down. Well, it'll stick to in and out and up and down. It won't waver. Right? If I don't hit control and I grab this and I move it, I could move it down and up and off the line. Control Z will undo. So if I hit control and I zoom in again with the scroll wheel, I can grab this guy, hold control, move it over here, and then let go. So now this is 34 and this is 50, and that part is done. The other way is to make a box. The other way that I know, there are many ways, and I've only started using this program this year maybe, so I'm not, an expert in this. I just kind of toy with it until I figure out a way. Is to make a box here by 34 by 34. So I know this is 34 by 34. Doesn't matter where this guy is. I can zoom in here. I can place it right here on there. Zoom into the spot here. I can select this guy, and I can move it wherever I want to. So I can come right there. Oh. Now I know that it's 34 because this box here is 34. I find that useful too, and very easy. So these are the easy ones. The more difficult one is going to be that curve shape. So the curve shape one, I'm going to grab a box. Here's already one. If you hit Control D, that's copy. I can make a box just like that. So I know the height is correct. However, I know that this one's not 106. This one has to be 91. So I'm going to take a box and I'm going to make the height 91. Maybe I don't want the fill, make it easier. Now I know this height has to be 91. So I put this right over there, down to here. So now this is 91. I take that, select it, hit delete. I got the right height. Now this top portion here has to be 30, and the bottom portion here has to be 42. So, again, I'm just going to make a box, and this would be 30. I'm going to fill, I don't want the fill, go to stroke, I want that. And I need another one on the bottom, that's 42. The width is 42. I don't really care about the height, so I'm not going to do it. No fill and stroke, and go back to my selector. Now this is an object. Again, I need to make it into a path. So I go here, select path, object to path. Now I got all these boxes. This is now a path. Zoom in again with Control Scroll. And I want to place this right on top there. So I know that this has to come in to there. So I'm going to grab this, hit Control, and move it right there. Whoops. Let me zoom in and bring this right there. Okay, I don't need this box anymore. Go back to the select tool, delete it, zoom in again, and this part here needs to be 42. Come here, select it, and move it to there. Don't need this box. Okay. Now the last thing I need to do is make this curve down to here. Just curve down to here. So what I'm going to do is select the path, I'm going to add a point here by double clicking on there. I'm going to add a point here. This is how I feel. I don't know. It's the first time I'm doing it. I'm going to take this point and I'm going to make it a curve. That's this one right here. So I can grab this and curve it now. See? Control Z. I have to Control Z because I forgot one thing. Let me Control Z again and again. I forgot this stops at 45. So go back here. The height needs to be 45. My mistake. Correct it now. Bring this down here. Boom. This bottom piece is 45. So like this. Put one there. There. There we go. Oops. Delete. Now it makes more sense. Now we go back to here. Select it. Change it to points. We want this to curve. I'm going to add a point here. And I'm going to make that I can curve it. And I'm going to pull it up until this piece here looks like it's kind of going parallel with that piece. Sort of like that. If I wanted to bend it more here, I'll just add another point. Change it into this. And I can move this, you know. If I don't like it, I can go back to this point and then delete it. And I can move this around till I find the shape I like. Okay, so there we go. Grab the selected tool again. So these are all the pieces I need. Now it depends. If you're gonna just go symmetrical, you're perfectly fine by duplicating this, and it's easy. Just go here. I want to copy it. Control D. And I bring it down here. Now I got two of those. Do the same for this. If you're gonna mirror it, then you select this. And up here, I have choices: mirror this way or this way. So I'm just gonna choose that. Boom. Let me go Control Z and go back. We're gonna mirror this. Still have to Control D. Now I got two, one on top of each other right here. Then I'm gonna mirror one, and it's gonna grab that second one, and there it is. They are mirrored. And that's pretty much how you do the outside pieces. Now to add the stitching, that's a bit different. I normally take the biggest piece, which is this one, do the stitching for this one. Everything that goes over those, I just copy those pieces, the stitching, so that when you glue it up, everything aligns exactly the same. So I'm going to go to this one here and add some stitching holes. The way I do that, and again, there are many ways to do this. The way I choose to do it, I guess it's easier for me. If I hold space and then left click, I can move the canvas around. So that's how I move these around. Then I want to scroll in again. I'm going to hit Control, scroll in. I know this is 162 this way by 106 tall. I also know that I come in 4 centimeters, 4 millimeters. When I stitch, when I hand stitch, I come in 4 millimeters from each side. So if I want to do a stitching pattern on here, I'm going to use this extension, and it is generate from path and pattern along path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another path inside here where I want my stitch marks to be. To do that, I want another path. I'm going to do that the same way, no fill, just the outside. And I want this to be a path. It's an object now, and I want it to be 4 millimeters in from this side, 4 millimeters in from this side, and this side. So I know that this is 162. 162 minus 4 and 4 is 154. Yeah. So change this to 154. And I know this is 106 minus 4 minus 4. That's 98, I think. Then we just center it. However you center it, it's up to you. I know there is a way to do it in here somewhere. I just not researched it, so I don't know. The way I do it is go, I love making these little boxes. I just scroll in, put the box there. There's got to be a way better way to do this. I just have not researched how to do it. And this is how I do it. So this is perfectly centered, more or less. And how I'm going to generate the path now is you make a circle. You choose how large you want the circle to be. I happen to like that size. Now it's selected. If you hold shift, you can select this inside. Actually, I need to change this to path. So now this is a path. This is selected. Select this. So now this circle and this is selected. Extension, generate from path, pattern along path. And then you need to set it up. Copies of pattern, repeat, of course. You can try some of these other ones. Deformation type, snake, just follow it. Means, and then the space between, I made this 0.75. So if my spacing is 3.5, the centers end up 5 mm apart. So this is 5 mm spacing. Then you're going to hit live preview. Boom. And it's going to generate this. You can close it, it'll disappear. If you like it, then you just apply and close. And there's your path. Now, depending on your size, because it generates it, based on the distance of this added up, if you see, it's not exactly the same in the corner here, not exactly the same in the corner here. And if something you can live with, you can leave it. I know the more expensive programs, it has a way of making it symmetrical. It'll adjust a lot of these. I'm not sure I want to do that because now if I print this out, it'll match my stitching iron exactly, because I know all the way across this is basically 5 mm. It'll match all the way across here, and right here it won't. So I normally leave it like this, and then I adjust the corners. I manually adjust the corners. Again, there's many ways to do this. This is the way that I do it. Now, how I do that is I take one of these, I make a circle, and this is basically how I want the curve to look later. So I kind of want it to curve about there. So we'll just go. I don't want the fill, and I want this, and then I just move this in here. Scroll in again. I make it touch both sides there. And then I just adjust the corner to make it look good. How we do that is we take this, I selected these, scroll in, and just move it. Right on there until it looks good. Basically just the eye test. And if it looks good to the eye, it's going to be fine. If I pull back now, that's what it's going to look like. I'll do the same for all the corners. Get rid of this. Delete that. Bring it down here. I'll do it one more time here. Then we'll press on. I know this video is going to be super long. It has to go, just using the eye test, get the spacing right. When you're rounding corners though, it's better to make the spacing smaller than longer. That's just something to remember. It's just the eye test. It'll look better if you have more holes than less. Plus when you stitch it, it's just going to look better. You're going to do the same for both sides. Now once you do that, you can take this and you can get rid of it. I can get rid of that. I'll leave it there for now. I usually remove it at the very end. It helps me align things if I make a mistake. Now I want to make this guy. Bring it over here. And I want it to match up exactly. So what we do here, let's see, we'll make another page. I just need more space. I'm going to bring this guy over here. I want to take this and this. I want to go to layer, object, and I want to group. I want this whole thing grouped. So when I grab this, the whole thing, it doesn't move. Control Z. I want this box here, these dots, and the outside to be one. So I want to group all of those. Now if I grab any part of it, doesn't matter what, they all move. I'll hit Control D to take a copy of it. So there's two on, one on top of each other. Grab it and move it here. I want to move it all the way over here. It's quite simple. I just put it right on top there like that. Okay, so it's an exact copy now. Then we're going to object again. We're going to ungroup. I want to delete this guy. Oh, Control Z. Let's select this. Ungroup. I want to get rid of the outside. I'm going to get rid of this guy. And all I want is the dots. So now, no matter what, when I take this and put it over the other one, it'll line up exactly. Here's where you run into problems. You see where that dot line's there and that dot line's there? Not good. You want it right in between. So this is where we adjust things. It's going to hold control, grab this and move it up until it's right in the middle. You can also move it down. Come up here and see, like this one, I can grab this and I can move it down. Now it's right in the middle. Problem with that is now I have to adjust this height here to match this height, which is not a problem, that comes later. I'm just showing you how to do this part here. So once that's done, select this. I'm going to get rid of all of these. Select it, delete it. Then we take this, selection, shift, grab that, so both of those, and group it. So now this is one. Now if I'm going to, I guess, make it mirrored, I can just go up here, boom. Uh-oh, my bad. Control D to copy it first, and then hit this, and now I have two. If I'm going to make it symmetrical, just grab this, Control D, and boom, there it is. Now you can just leave all of these on your pattern. That way you have options later. And that's basically how I do that. Same thing goes for the next pattern. I'm going to take this pattern here. I know this goes on top, like right there. Right? Ooh. So let's just move these out of the way for now. I want it like that. I know this one is going to be a little shorter. So this piece here is going to come that way to the left, a little shorter by about half a hole. I moved it down, right? It's about 2 or 3 millimeters. I can adjust this now, or I could leave it and take a look at the finished product before I adjust it. So I'm going to leave that until I put the dots there. Once I do that, then I'll think about if I want to adjust it. So same thing, come over here, grab this guy, Control D for copy, grab it and run this away. I'm going to put it right on top there. To make it easier, I come down here and I change this layer to make it lighter. So now that I'm scrolling, I can tell the difference. I'm going to come in there and put it right on top, that one. You see now this matches up to the stitch will come here and right across to there, and this one will land perfect up there. So I won't touch it. I will leave it, knowing that this piece is a few millimeters shorter. Now if I wanted to, I could move it up here. I can move this line up here, but I move this one I move this particular one to the left about that much. If I move it, about from here to here, if I make this taller by this much, it's twice as tall. So there's no splitting the difference. So I'm gonna leave it exactly like that because this lines up perfectly in between a stitch. This side doesn't really matter, but this has to be curved too, but cut that later. So now that is correct, I will go back down here. I'll leave that for now. I want this guy here. And I'm going to hit shift and I want this guy here. And then I want to group it. Put it down here. Move this over here. Now I can go select this guy or this guy. Oops, made a mistake. I grouped it at 50%. So we go back to here. I want to grab this guy and I'm bring this back to 100 before I group it because it saves it as 50%. So now take this, hit shift, select that, group it. We'll take guy out of the way, avoid confusion. Now I have to ungroup it. So take this, ungroup, and I want to get rid of this guy. I also want to get rid of this guy. All I want is these dots here. So like this. Boom. Now we want to take this. Oops, sucky too. Hit this. Oh, I think my oven's done. What was I doing? Oh, and group it. So now this is one piece. You see what we're doing now? We're going to just take all these pieces and do it to all these. Now to check it, I usually leave these here. I make a copy, I grab one over, I grab this guy, because this is the master now. And I don't want to mistakenly change it and bring it over here. So these are masters, these are a copy. I'm just going to check it. I'm going to take this guy and go down here, change that to 50. Take this guy, change that to 50. I'm going to put it right over. See, everything matches up perfectly. That means if you cut the pattern exactly, every hole will line up. So I would just get rid of it now because that was a copy. Here's the master. That's basically how I do it. What else is there to show here? That's pretty much it. You can finish up the pattern just like this. I usually put some reference here so that when you print it out, you can measure it with your ruler to make sure you got everything correctly. Whoa. You can hardly see that, huh? Let me see. let's go to a different color here. There we go. Now we can see it better. Stick something like that on. Like this. And you can title it or do whatever you want. But when you're ready, all you do is go up here, File, Save As, and then you just check what you want to save as. It's going to save as SVG, which is Inkscape, but you can choose PDF and then name it, and you're good to go. That's basically how I take a pattern, an original paper pattern, and then digitize it, print it out, and I guess copy it. So let us go and kill this. I can show you what the pattern will look like. One that I have already done. I think I've already done this one. I just did it actually, but I don't know what I called it. Oh, let me close this. Can't close without saving. And let's open up Inkscape one more time. There it is. I called it 8-Pocket Slim Wallet. Let me resize this here so you can see it. So this is basically what it looks like. Let me get rid of this line. It's not exactly finished. I still need to print it out and then make one and double check everything. And I can see an error here already. This is very important. I need a bright color here. So leather flesh side down here. Okay. So basically it looks like that. It has 3 pages. Zoom in here. The first page, I guess I'm going to put the title here. There's my little 3cm. Second page, I have the left side. So these 3 pieces go on this side here. And these 3 pieces go on this side here. The reason it's broken up is because it's not exactly symmetrical. I mean, these dots here match these dots here. These dots here, well, stitch holes match this stitch holes here. It's not exactly symmetrical. It's because of the length and width and all of that. I could have spaced all these other ones to make it look exactly the same, but it's easier just to mirror this to this and this to this, especially since I mirrored the pockets. So it'll look exactly the same, just a mirror image. And then the outside pocket, I mean, you're going to have to use some imagination. The outside pocket for the left side is actually the opposite or mirror image of the inside because it's on the outside. So it's one thing to be careful of. It's not all going to be the left side versus the right side. It depends on which side of the cover it's on. just like these two are different because it's on different sides. Hope I explained that correctly. However, this is what the finish looks like. I just finished it a little while ago, and I haven't printed it out, made one to verify everything. However, I have double checked it by overlaying each piece over this, and all the holes line up. So I'm pretty confident it'll work. Anyway, um, hopefully this helps if you're going to use Inkscape to design your own pattern. Um, I'm pretty sure you get a lot better than I am with this because I don't do too much of these. I guess whenever I get inspired, I'll digitize one of my paper patterns. Eventually, I get good at it after I do, 50, 60, 100 or so patterns, but I've actually only done maybe a dozen or so. I haven't really gotten around to digitizing my paper patterns. At some point in time, I will. So, if you find better ways to do this, please make a video and hit me up and show me your video. Or if you have hints or tips or tricks, I would appreciate it if you, sent me a note, said, hey, check this out, because I definitely have a lot of space to get better with Inkspace. All right, that should do it for this video.